Anyway, you know what else is good? You know what else is actually really good, chat? 100%. I give it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 100 out of 100. Actually, I give it like a 97 out of 100. Is the new Lord of the Rings series. I'm not joking. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, I'm a Lord's head, okay? I'm a big Lordser. All right? I'm going to go read the books again. It's been a long time. And I probably was doing it for a book report and I didn't finish. And the last time I was reading them, I only read the first one. Because I'm bad at starting to read, at just getting through reading books. But, man, do I love these books. Anyway, specifically, I love the movies, the extended editions. The Peter Jackson stuff is great. And I love all the lore for Lord of the Rings, Silmarillion and stuff like that. Love learning all of it. I'm also a big D&D player, and this is like where high fantasy begins. This series is genuinely great. It's so good. If you like Lord of the Rings, I don't know how you don't like this. I don't understand. It's genuinely been awesome, and I'm super excited for the future of it. It has all the trappings of Tolkien stuff. That if you like Tolkien stuff, it's very romanticized. Not that there's a lot of romance in it, although it has some. If it has romance, it's like world-ending. Like, I love you so much, it would shatter the world. I would rip the stars from the sky to, you know. It's very, oh, you are my one true love. Which, you know, is very this kind of stuff. There's always like long time spans. Elves are like mystical and eternal, and you know, there's good and evil, and there's not, it's like very black and white. Though I think the series is moving in grayer directions than normal, which I love. And there's always this connection between communal, small, insular communities, and how they exist among themselves, and then dealing with other people wanting to have a different way of life. And I think that it is very human in a lot of ways, you know, because a human wrote it. And I don't know, I just think Lord of the Rings is really great. And anyway, the series is really great. The actress for Galadriel is doing a great Galadriel. I don't know if she means to do a great Galadriel, but if you know anything about Galadriel, and especially if you watch the movies again with fresh adult eyes, and just go, anytime Galadriel's on screen, especially the extended editions, pay attention and just be like, okay, what's this lady about? Like, just imagine you just met her. Galadriel's a fucking weirdo, and she's intense. And, like, a lot of fuckboys, including this video that we're about to watch, this is a fuckboy, it's gonna be like, she's too serious, she's always right or something. She's a Mary Sue, of course, because she's a woman. Even though we have another character, Arondir, another elf, literally doing insane, crazy, immaculate shit all the time. Doesn't matter. He's a guy, so it's fine, and he's buff. So she's a badass. She's like a level 20 adventurer, bro. This is how I envision it anyway. And in fact, the first, I don't know, if you like fantasy stuff, especially if you're a D&D player, like if you are into the fantasy genre as just like, I will eat up fantasy genre stuff, this delivers 100% of the time. If you're more of a Game of Thrones enjoyer and you're like, I guess I'll watch Lord of the Rings, number one, you're fucking weird. Like, you should have higher standards for yourself. Jesus fucking Christ. Learn how to watch a show. Like, maybe learn how to digest media information, because good God, is this a perfect show in a lot of ways. It has a few things here and there, but like very small stuff. Like I saw a couple of people saying that you were bored. Set your fucking phones down and watch something intently. I was bored. No, stop. Set your phone down. It's pretty clear. I have ADHD. It's pretty clear that some of you guys need constant stimulus at all times, and it's your fault when you don't like stuff. Because this is like a beautiful show, but they do a lot of stuff in between dialogue, and that's when you phone lookers always look at your phone when someone's not talking on stream or on screen, and then you catch like the back end of dialogue and you feel like you know what's going on, and then you gotta ask people what's going on. Yeah, you fucking set the phone down, okay? I know who you are. I know. I see you. Set your fucking phone down. Anyway, because this is a show that does a lot of showing without telling, and a lot of great shows are like that. But anyway, let's watch this guy be dumb, because this is a fucking really good show. I mean, it's a slow burn. Hey, first of all, it's not a slow burn if you're really into the lore. But second of all, if this is a slow burn,
it has the juice.
Peter Jackson's films you fucking hate those, especially the extended editions. Those are 4 hours, dude. Yeah, I'm captivated 100%, but you got to be in, man. Serious as black people. You know, I remember going into this that there was some fuckboy about it, and then I watched the first 2 episodes premiere, forgot all of that. I wasn't thinking at all about why people were mad. And by people, I mean slugs on the internet that upload stuff like this. And then I had forgotten that there are black people in this movie or this series, because they were just all doing a good job performing, and I just got lost in the characters, and I just didn't even see race. I was like, that's a hobbit, that's a fucking elf, that's a dwarf. I'm not seeing that they're black people in America. Like, I forgot. I genuinely forgot. That's how good the performances are, though. Like, if you can't watch this and get to the Harfoots and not be captivated by everything that's going on there unless you're on your fucking phone, or you're a fuckboy. I mean, that's really it. Durin's wife is an incredible character. She's black, and it just glanced off my fucking brain in a genuine way. Glanced off it. And I know this is Galadriel, so I'm just watching like, Galadriel's a fucking weirdo, isn't she? I like her. I was hoping that she'd be weird going into this because Galadriel in the movies is just so enigmatic and strange. Turns out that's foundational to the character. Love it.
Every generation there comes along a work of cinema or television that...
Like, and you can tell this guy's a fucking loser. Like, he's one of those guys that followed... Do you remember that satire anti-feminist Twitter account back in the day? I forget what it's called. You know what I'm talking about, though? It's long defunct. If you're a Twitter user, OG, or there was this... It was like Talia or Tasia or... I can't remember. Anyway, they were pretending to be a feminist, and it would always be like straw man feminist satire joke stuff. Her singing was awesome. Oh man, I didn't expect that. Anyway, it was really good. I could talk about this show in a positive way, and we will. After this, we're doing a love bomb for this show, okay? And that'll be extended cut. But first, we gotta watch this trash.
Transcends the medium. It is no longer a movie or TV show. It is a work of art, a masterpiece, a production.
I actually watched The Sopranos again. I stopped watching the series a little while ago. It's pretty good, but it's not great. I think it's because the guy who plays Tony Soprano, whose name I'm forgetting suddenly, is so captivating. He's actually really great. But like the series itself is like, it's a lot of insecure boys. James Gandolfini, great. Like, I mean, this is not modern storytelling. It's very dated, and a lot of it is just men not being able to fucking handle, I don't know, a lot of impotent rage in Sopranos. And that's kind of what it's about a little bit eventually, but I had fun watching it, though. I like The Sopranos. I'm not shitting on it. I think it's overrated from, like,
so profound that you wonder if it should be displayed in the galleries.
And by the way, this show is beautiful.
At the Louvre. That magnificent day has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Amazon's The Rings of Power is not only a television gift from the gods, it is better than the original cinematic The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I'm a huge fan of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. This guy is being facetious. I am not. I think if the trajectory remains the same, if they continue to deliver on the quality of these 4 episodes that I've seen so far, and I'm not going to give a spoiler for any of it, if they maintain you should just go watch it. It's on Prime. If you like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings and you enjoy them, and I fucking love them. I mean, I watch them multiple times per year, extended editions. They're just on in my house. Sometimes I sleep to them. I mean, it's like one of the pieces of media that's just sucked me in. It's like some people are with Star Wars, but I don't have like memorabilia or anything. I just like them. I'll be gutted. No, I won't. But I mean, I don't stake a lot of my personal stuff on media I love, but at all, really. I don't really care. If it sucks, it sucks. But right now, it's great, and that's awesome. I guess nothing would gut me besides it being canceled before resolution, but even then it wouldn't gut me. I'd just be like, fuck, man. But anyway, Yeah, I don't stick any emotional opinion on this, but I will say if they maintain the trajectory, it actually will be better than Peter Jackson's. Peter Jackson's movies have tons of problems with them, including the pace. They skip by a million things that people that love the books would love to see, and those were originally the people that were still bitching. You know, they were like, "Oh, I love the originals," but they have made a problem. Tom Bombadil being erased from the entire thing. I mean, there's a million things. I mean, even in Peter Jackson's, they give women roles where they shouldn't have any in the books traditionally, but it made the movies better. What's her face? Why can't I think of her name? Aragorn's main squeeze right now. I can only think Liv Tyler. Anyway, Liv Tyler's character, the elf. Why can't I think of her name? It's bothering me. She wasn't in the books. Arwen, thank you. Yeah, she wasn't in the books in the way that she's in the books. In that it was like another elf dude. But anyway, I love this show. I think it's awesome, and they're doing a great job, especially since we're exploring a piece of the lore, the Second Age, that doesn't have a lot of written stuff in it, and Tolkien had some opinions about, but was vague in a lot of the stuff. It was like, oh, this happened here. In this year, this is what sort of happened to the like the Entwise. This is what happened. We'll learn what happens to them. But they don't go into like the formation of Mordor very specifically, just that it happens and stuff. So this is what we're exploring, and I think it's fascinating. As a guy who likes rich worlds, and if you like Lord of the Rings, you don't like it for their deep characters, although there are some good characters. You like it for the rich world that he builds because he's so fucking detailed about it. There's notes in the margins all the time when you're reading those books. It's crazy. Silmarillion's only that.
Peter Jackson, step aside.
Changing Arwen out with Glorfindel is fine. I agree. I think it gave Arwen stuff to do besides be Aragorn's bitch. You know what I mean? He's like, I'll love you, bitch, and she was like, I love you too, man. And that was like pretty much her only role in the books for the most part. Although Tolkien was obviously, he was less sexist about it. He was more like, she's just so gorgeous and beautiful. And they're always like very fair. Like that Galadriel is just like really pretty, and that's like her number one trait. He's not great about women, but the movies did better, and this is doing an amazing job.
And welcome the true heir to the Lord of the Rings throne.
Fuck yeah!
Here's why the Rings of Power is a masterpiece.
It actually is a masterpiece, though.
Of the Peter Jackson trilogy
Rings of
was
Women.
littered with strong white males.
I actually like all of these characters. No leftist should have a problem with any of these characters. Strong white men bonding while doing the hard stuff is fine. They're fine. It's fine. I haven't seen the new Lord of the Rings, and I have to complain about the woke SJW propaganda, and I can't believe that female dwarves don't have beards. Thanks, liberals. They actually do a little bit. You should watch the show.
Frodo and Sam, the ring bearers, entrusted with destroying the one
there you
ring
go. Appreciate the
ahead
biddies.
of a female, even though they were 3 feet tall.
What?
Aragorn, the king everyone had been waiting for, when a queen would have sufficed.
She's not a queen. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this guy's just wrong about everything. It's just like you're gonna see this kind of stuff, and I just wanted to do one of these. I'm only gonna do one, and I chose specifically not the quartering because he has nothing to say about it, except that women or something. She's not a queen. This is not a crown for her royalty. Anyway, no spoilers.
Gandalf, the magical old white male, in eternal battle with other magical old white males.
It's true, though.
The Rings of Power has brought Middle-earth into the 21st century. No longer is this a world of men. Indeed, it is a world of women.
No. I'm trying to think of one woman besides Galadriel who has... None of them passed the Bechdel test, by the way. Galadriel's main thing is motivation because of a man. Just tossing that out there. It's in the first 15 seconds, but I still won't spoil it. Men's a race, by the way. Yeah.
All the main characters have
That's a Hobbit.
Estrogen in abundance.
That's not
Take
true.
Galadriel, for instance.
Who are you?
A side character in the trilogy.
What? Oh, fuck, dude. And it's a guy who I didn't know he didn't know his stuff. I didn't know he didn't know. This is going to trigger me so much more. Aren't you lucky? Aren't you lucky, Chad? I didn't know this was good. I only watched the first minute. Galadriel's not a side character. Galadriel is a bearer of what? 2 rings of power? At least one. Good Lord, man. She has a fucking... Okay, no spoilers for anything. Galadriel is crucially important. She is the oldest elf. She is famous. She is from a place... She is essentially an angel from heaven, chat. Like she is... Like, if you ran across her in the books and in the movies, Gimli, the dwarf, famously gets a reward from her, and it's 3 strands of her hair, which is fucking old-timey and weird in any context. But also, it's because she's a fucking, like, she's the most holy, amazing person that exists of any legend whatsoever, and she is a known person. It's literally like having Muhammad exist. She's literally eternal. She's looked like this forever. So is this Cate Blanchett? So is Cate Blanchett.
Now she is the driving force through the whole saga.
She is a driving force in the saga because she plays a vital role in the second age story they're telling. Galadriel's, again, vitally important from Tolkien's perspective. So I don't know why. Anyway, this person just doesn't know stuff.
Strong, independent, and utterly brilliant.
She is strong. She is independent. Although that is a flaw, not a feature to her character, and they fucking go about it. Like, literally, this scene is him talking about that to her. He's like, hey, I'm your friend. I care about you. And she's like, no, I have a Moby Dick thing going on. Okay? No spoiler review. No, I have a Moby Dick quest. He's like, yeah, but that's a Moby Dick quest. And she's like, yes, I understand. He's like, no, I'm your friend. I care about you. You are obsessed. And she's like, nope, I'm good. And he's like, you're not listening. You should just, like, fucking relax. You deserve to relax. You've been doing this forever. She's like, no, I'm obsessed. Moby Dick. She is a wrong character in this.
Where men err, she is right.
That was not men erring. That is a scene from the previews and also the first episode.
Where men err.
That's an elf, and these are elves, and they are not in error. They are fighting a war.
She is right.
And she's not right. She is mourning the loss of some of those soldiers, clearly.
Always right.
No!
Every idea, every solution works.
This is a scene where he vehemently disagrees with her, and he's right. About an aspect of it, but I can't talk about it.
Men who do not follow her lead themselves to the grave.
Nope, none of them died, and she led them into that peril.
She can cut through oceans like an ocean liner.
She can swim really far.
Climb mountains like Sly Stallone. And
wait, why can Sly Stallone not climb? Wait, how come Sly Stallone, not an elf, can climb mountains that an elf in a fantasy show? Wait, what?
Dunk more shots than Michael Jordan.
Dunk more shots than Michael Jordan. This person's gay, right? They're not just British; they're also gay. Dunk shots. Not even a straight British man would say dunk a shot, right? Anyway, that was offensive to me.
Climb mountains like Sly Stallone and dunk more shots.
Anyway, this is classic elf shit. If you like Lord of the Rings, this is like. As soon as this happened, me, Sarah, Alex, Randy, were all in the room watching this. And we were all like, oh, they did the fuck. It wasn't like, oh, this is so fucking awesome and amazing. It was like, oh, they did the Legolas shit. Fuck yeah, I'm in. Fuck it. Who cares? It's sort of wacky. They allow it to be wacky. That's fun. And this one doesn't happen very often. This happened one time, really. And then anytime elves really do stuff, they have crazy amounts of agility and jumpy and stuff.
Frodo and Sam. No. Now we have Nori Brandyfoot and Poppy Proudfellow.
They're amazing, and they're not like Frodo and Sam. They're just also hobbits. They're friends. Maybe they will someday, but I don't think that's what their story arc is going to be. They're certainly not going to be ring bearers at any point. At least not for the Ring of Power. Oh, that would be awesome, but I don't think that happens.
All the same.
They're pre-hobbits. They're Harfoots.
Characteristics, quirks, and mannerisms as the iconic
same race,
duo,
though. It doesn't.
But now, completely.
So basically, this video requires not or purposely not watching the show and just confirming one's bigotry or hatred for the woke. Yeah, this is why I wanted to watch it, because I love these shows. This is not an exaggeration. I have literally watched all 4 currently out episodes minimum 3 times through. Some of them 4. So I'm just saying I have watched this show many times through already. The past 10 minutes I have come to learn my edible was 100 milligrams. Oh boy, there you go.
Female. Why have male characters
super loud.
when
We have male characters.
can have female characters? This is 2022
No.
after all.
There are
It is
multiple
much
main
more
male
progressive to have
characters.
2 women in such roles. Like Galadriel, they are never
This
wrong.
is one of the main
and never
characters,
weak.
that's true.
A true
She is never wrong or weak. She's both of those things in every episode, and she gets progressively more so as they go. She continues to learn her faults. She's right about some stuff. She gets to be. But
inspiration for humankind.
they literally make a joke about it in the 4th episode, like twice. They do 2 jokes. They did a joke about it in the 2nd episode, too.
Bronwyn, another female character,
hope you both have a
brutally ignored by the
fantastic
men
day.
in the village.
James, DM, thanks 18 months.
Not for long, however. When
okay.
all the males laugh at her expense, she is the one who has the last laugh. She quickly shows them that she was right about the orcs all along and assumes the leadership
spoiler.
role.
That's not really what's happening. Doesn't
Another
matter.
inspiring moment
That's not
for
really what's
everyone
happening.
watching.
And it was like lucky? Like,
Fear not, dear viewer, there are white male characters, such as this one. He arrives on the screen.
oh, we're going to spoilers. Anyway, spoilers for the show that you should watch. I'm not going to watch the rest of this since he's just doing that. But so far, just been totally wrong. Just been totally wrong. There are multiple main male characters. Many of them are good main male characters. Elrond comes to mind. Durin comes to mind. It's whatever. You should watch the show. Incredible show. Really great acting. The set design is awesome. I have very few notes. It's a genuinely interesting show, and if you like Lord of the Rings, you'll really like the show. If you love Lord of the Rings, you'll fall in love with the show very quickly. And don't be on your fucking phones. It's a show. It deserves your attention. It's genuinely. It's not the CW, which you can pick up your phone for. This is not just sitting there and doing nothing. This is. It's very, very good art. Maps and Mimics, thanks for 17 months. Not true. The source material disregarding all the glaring departures from the books the original movies took as revealing. Oh, big time. I mean, they don't know anything. These are on par. Like, if you like the movies, it's going to give you the tinglies that the movies did. You're just going to get in your jellies, dude, because it has a lot of Peter Jackson sort of trappings. They do a little forced perspective shots. They have really good set design. Like the music, Bear McCreary does the music for this, the guy that did the music for a million shows, but The Walking Dead, which is really good music, although admittedly the show got really bad really fast after Kirkman left, but I haven't watched in 5-6 years. But it gets in my jellies, man. The music is great. Bro, the actresses who play Nori and Poppy, is it Poppy? Doesn't sound right. Is it? Anyway, she's amazing. It gives me, like, they just feel like hobbits. I love oh, he's a black character. I love Sadek. He's a hobbit as well. I love a lot of the villains are fucking fascinating. I won't give any spoilers for that, but there's a really good actor playing one of the main villains, and then all the orcs are practical effects, and they look amazing, and they had some really interesting, again, showing without telling, like the different equipment they're wearing. You can kind of see a little story that some of them have scars and shit. Very, very good. The elves are fascinating. And the stories are always of the elves having failures, even though they're perfect beings. The elves' failures lead to the downfall of the rest of the society almost all the time. And this is apparently the situation again. I mean, it is the situation again. The elves create the Rings of Power, and for those of you who are like, "What do the Rings of Power even fucking do?" This is a perfect series for you because that's what the show's about. We're getting into the Rings of Power and their creation, and why it's a bad idea. But you know, it's a great show.